From the invention of the phonograph, vinyl record, 8-track, tape, CD, music has always played an integral part in our lives. As I say on my channel, music is life. Music affects us. It has such a profound, overwhelming effect on us sometimes that it can gauge our emotional state of mind. However, what has been clear since the understanding of how much music can be beneficial to us as people is the financial aspect of it as well. Now, at one point in time in the music industry, record sales determined an artist's net worth. It also was a tangible physical product that people can go out and purchase. Nowadays, in this particular millennial society, it has changed drastically, and digital streaming is the king for how we listen to music. Now, let's not forget that this was an issue about a decade ago when companies like Napster were streaming music or allowing people to stream or download music for free. Things have drastically changed because now artists and producers like yourself are getting paid for your streams. And one of the most important things that we need to know is how much do we actually get paid for a stream? And the most important factor is who pays us the most for our music. Now, you may be surprised who the king of stream payouts is, but if you have an idea, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. Peace and blessings, guys. My name is SG1 from the Grammy Award winning team, the Piecemakerz and Music Millionaires TV, and we've teamed up with Maschine Masters to tell you who's paying the most for your streams. Now, if this is your first time to Maschine Masters, make sure you look down below, click the subscribe button, and then click the bell notification so that you can be notified when we put out new videos like this. And make sure you go down to my channel, Music Millionaires TV, and you'll find the link in the description below. Everyone knows as a producer, as an artist, as a musician, streams are the predominant way that people get our music. What most producers and musicians do not know is who pays the most. It's sort of a disadvantage to us because what we go by most of the time is the company that is the most popular. And so in this instant right now, Spotify is the reigning king to where everyone is uploading their music to get streams. However, does that mean that Spotify is paying you the most? I think it's a rhetorical statement and question, and I think you also know the answer. Because at the end of the day, we want to get what our music is worth. The amount of time, the effort, the money that you put into equipment, studio time, mixing, mastering, all these things factor up to you putting out great work. Even if you are a professional producer, even if you've been doing this for years, this applies to you. Because if you have any future projects that you plan on putting out, I would tend to want to know where I should be putting my music at and which platform I should be promoting my music to my fans. However, understanding the importance of music streams outside of trying to hack your way into stardom is very important at this particular day and age, because at the end of the day, you can be as famous and as popular as you want to be, but if the money isn't coming in, none of it matters. Spotify. Now, Spotify is one of the most widely used platforms in the world. And thanks to platforms like Spotify, the big three major labels like Universal and the rest was making $14.2 million per day from streams. However, it allows us to get a basic concept and understanding of how much money is being generated per day as a whole to these record labels. Now, last year, the company paid out 0.0038 per stream. And this year, it doesn't seem to be doing much better, paying artists 0.00397 a stream. That's not really much you can do with that, and I don't see any of you guys becoming millionaires anytime soon off of a payout rate like that. Who could forget about Pandora? Now, last year, Pandora wasn't impressive at all, and this year, they're not really doing much better. But again, if you want to find out what they paid last year, make sure you stop by my channel to see what they were paying out in comparison to this year, which is a whopping, yes, Pandora is paying that much for your stream. Now, not far behind Pandora is the most used video search platform in the world. Matter of fact, you're watching me on this platform, comes YouTube. YouTube is following Pandora's footsteps for some unknown reason. And you would think that YouTube, who is owned by Google, would have one of the highest payouts there is, but they don't, unfortunately, guys. YouTube is paying a whopping 0.00074, beating Pandora only by that little 4. Now again, what we're actually identifying, guys, is what we call sub pennies. Sub pennies is anything that falls below an actual penny, and you wouldn't think that's even measurable, but it actually is, and eventually pennies add up. But in the case of YouTube, not really. Now speaking of Google, let's talk about Google Play. Google Play is actually paying, drum roll, 0.0059, which is a lot better than actual YouTube is paying. But when you look at it, guys, it's actually half of a penny, and it's borderlining a little over a half with that 9 at the back of it. However, Google Play isn't far behind its sister company, YouTube. Now, well worth mentioning is Deezer. While Deezer is doing a lot better than they did last year, they're not really far behind Google Play, shelling out a whopping 0.00624 for each stream that it blasts on its platform. Again, you're not going to be making millions of dollars anytime soon with numbers like this, guys. Now, boasting a 16 million subscriber base comes in Amazon, one of the reigning leaders in everything it does, from Prime membership to most. Amazon has 16 million subscriber, guys, and Amazon is actually paying a little bit better than most, but not really, by paying you guys 0.0074 a stream. Now, we can't talk Amazon without talking Apple Music. And again, Apple's one of those platforms that's doing a little bit better than it was last year. However, if you put your music on Apple Music, you will be making a whopping 0.00783 a stream. Now, we can't talk about music streaming platforms without talking about the music mogul himself, Jay-Z and Beyonce's Tidal. Now, even though Tidal is being talked as a diminishing platform and eventually people are predicting its demise, Tidal is actually one of the platforms, and maybe because it is ran by musicians, that actually pay more than all of the previous streams or platforms I've already talked about. Having last year paid more than most of the streaming platforms, Tidal has increased its music streaming revenue to producers and artists like ourselves by paying us 0.01284 a stream, which is a hell of a lot more, guys, than a lot of the other platforms are paying artists for their music. And it gives me hope that one day Tidal will be doing better and actually competing against corporations or platforms like Spotify. Now, last year, the reigning king of paying us more for our money was Napster, because Napster pays you 0.0162 a stream. So 90,000 streams would have made you the... This year, Napster's not necessarily the king, and it's sort of like a catch-22 to this, because Groove Music actually pays more than Napster. Who would have thought? Yes, the Microsoft-owned company Groove Music actually pays musicians and producers more for their streams, better known as Xbox Music. However, Groove Music is actually the king of paying us the most for our music, paying us a whopping 0.0273 per stream. It basically rounds off, if you round it off, to 3 cents a stream. However, there's a catch. And the catch actually is that Microsoft announced last year that it's basically going to be getting out of the music streaming game, which leaves us as musicians back to figuring out who we should actually be using our music or putting our music on a platform. And so what happens is, by default, Napster actually becomes king again for actually streaming your music, guys. And let's factor that in as well. Napster is a more secure company. They've been doing music streaming for quite some time now. Actually, they were the pioneer of streaming your music originally. However, with that being said, it's always great to have your music on all these different platforms, because it opens you up to a ton load of promotional value from these streaming platforms with all of these subscribers that they have on their base. But when it comes to your own personal marketing, I would recommend that you go where the money is. And when you promote your music and you tell people to go listen to your music, I would be recommending that you send them over to Napster and making sure that your music is on Napster so that you can get the most money out of your music. Now, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this particular video, and I really hope it informed you and enlightened you to where you're getting paid the most for your music. And if you have any questions or you'd like to leave comments in the comment section below, please do so and allow us to know what you think about these figures and who you possibly thought was going to pay more. Also guys, don't forget to head over to my channel, Music Millionaires TV, where you can view last year's comparison to see how much it actually improved in a year. You'd be surprised at how much more these guys are actually paying versus last year to this year. Again, my name is SG1 from the Grammy Award winning team, the Piecemakers, on behalf of Maschine Masters, saying thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you again subscribe to Maschine Masters here. Remember guys, always, music is life. We out.